Alright, what's up, y'all? Back with another video after like a month of no videos. But I've been, just chilling. But the main topic of today's video, what I want to talk about, is the playoffs in the NBA and how they've gone so far. Playoffs started early June, I believe. Don't know for sure, but, if you are an NBA fan, you've been keeping up with the playoffs, you'll know what's going on. A lot of shockers. Suns beating the defending champion Lakers in the first round. Hawks making it to the conference finals, beating the Sixers and the Knicks. The Clippers without Kawhi beating the Jazz with 2 games and making it a series with the Suns without Kawhi. So, but there's been something blatantly obvious about this playoffs, and it's about all the injuries that are going on. It's been a ton of injuries to star players, just making the playoffs not feel like the playoffs, if you know what I mean. So this is just going to be like a video talking about it, Because, I feel like if there were no injuries, we'd be seeing a completely different conference finals matchups for each sides of the teams. Honestly. The list is, there's a lot. There's a lot more than there has been in, I believe, in the past years at least, of stars who are injured and can't play. Which kind of makes it not as fun as it usually is, because the playoffs are like where stars are made, where stars are there to shine. But we just haven't seen that this year. I have a small list right here of NBA stars who've gotten injured. James Harden, Kyrie, Trae Young, Giannis, AD, Kawhi, Embiid, CP3, Jaylen Brown, Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Kemba Walker. And there's a lot of role players also who have gotten injured that, definitely played a crucial part in their team. Another one off the top of my head I can think of is Oladipo. The Oladipo player he traded for. I don't know what they traded for him for, but I don't know. They traded for him for some reason, I guess. But he was out. Who knows how he could have affected the series against the Bucks in the first round. Maybe, possibly, not allowing the Bucks to move on, but who knows? Personally, looking at it, the season entirely, it started up way too fast. And that's why I think a good point to make, first of all, the 2 finals teams for last year's finals are already out. They got 60 days to rest before they had to start another season. A very cramped up schedule. Playing games, maybe 4 games a week, I think. It seemed like every team was playing a game every other day. Which is crazy taxing on a player's body. Which could be a reason why the Lakers and Heat got out. But it also could be their opponents. It all depends on how you want to look at it. All I know is that the playoffs this year has been pretty, they've been alright. We've seen a lot of good to come from it, a lot of new stars that are going to be taking over the league soon. Once these top guys start to wind down and end off their careers. I mean, the league's in good hands, that's for sure. The league is in good hands with the up-and-coming players. I mean, Devin Booker, Trae Young. I mean, those two have been stellar this entire thing. And to believe that this is Devin Booker's first playoffs appearance, and I think he's been in the league for maybe 5 or 6 years. Don't know for sure on that, but this is his first playoffs, and he's playing like this, like he's been in the playoffs many times before. It's just kind of crazy. But who knows if he'd even be in the conference finals if once again injuries didn't happen. Because, I mean, without AD, the Lakers just didn't have anything in them. I mean, I know they got LeBron, possibly the second best player of all time. But, I mean, what is he going to do with a team full of, in my opinion, just scrubs? I mean, Kyle Kuzma isn't that good. In my opinion, Caruso's mainly a defensive player. He can't generate offense for himself. They lost key guys like Rondo and Howard, the veterans. KCP was injured during the series for a good amount of it, I think, playing through an injury. I mean, because when the Lakers had AD, it was just a different ball game because no one could guard AD. But unfortunately, AD's got a glass body, and he's always getting hurt. I think he has like 18 injuries in his career so far. And LeBron has 3. And I know for sure LeBron's been playing longer than AD. Which is just crazy. I don't know what he's doing in the offseason. But shoot, he needs to, I don't even know what he needs to do. He needs to do something different. Link up with LeBron, get his offseason, because I mean they're gonna get a full offseason now. An extended offseason maybe, if you want to consider it that, because they got out in the first round. Because the NBA seasons are going back to normal off seasons, normal start times. COVID messed all of that up really, but that's for a different time. But man, yeah, these playoffs, you know, they've been some good, but mainly it's just been. But it's also been very just weird, you know, not seeing the best players in the world play. Like the statistic, like first finals without Curry or LeBron in like 8+ years, which is just crazy to think. Like those guys have been dominating the West and the East for a long time. Speaking of the Warriors, Klay Thompson was out this season. He's looking to make a return. Hopefully he doesn't re-injure himself before the season starts like he did before. You know, it's just, I don't even know what to say. But no, I guess the one positive to it is next season, with everybody returning, the playoffs are going to be stacked. They're going to be stacked. We'll have a lot, hopefully, knock on wood, we're going to have a lot of star power. Every series is going to be a series you want to watch. The West is going to be crazy. East is going to be crazy. Who knows? Damian Lillard may be on a different team. He may go to the Sixers, which would make the Sixers instant final contenders for me. I mean, Damian Lillard and Embiid assuming they trade Ben Simmons. I mean, that's a deadly combo. That's a deadly combo for sure. I mean, those two, they would wreak havoc. The Lakers coming back full health. I don't know what they have an offseason ahead of them. That's for sure. They got a lot of things to discuss. Who's going, who's staying. I know Schroeder said he wants 100 to 120 million. That's outrageous. I don't think he's going to get that. I don't know why he thinks like he can get that after how he played with the Lakers. When he was playing in OKC, maybe 100 because he was super good over there in OKC. But at the Lakers, he got injured in the season. He wasn't even playing that good, to be honest. Not as good as he was before. With the three-headed goat over there in OKC last season with him, Chris Paul, and Shea. But I don't know where but you know what? Somebody probably will pay him a large amount of money. Because, you know, there's some teams that could really use a solid point guard. You know? And they'll pay money for it. But all I know is the news this offseason is going to be actually crazy. But there's a couple things I want to talk about before I close this out. Starting with the conference finals for both of the teams, the East and the West. Clippers versus Suns. Hawks versus Sixers. So I'll start off with the Hawks versus not the Hawks versus Sixers. Hawks versus Bucks. Okay. Where do I start? How are the Hawks still in this series, not including the game from last night? I mean, it's just crazy to think about how they're still in this series. I thought it was going to be very lopsided. Of course, Giannis's injury doesn't help the Bucks. He's probably not going to play in Game 5. Who knows what Trae Young's doing? I'm surprised they won without Trae Young last night. I mean, they had players step up. Like, let's see. Lou Will coming off the bench to start. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, shooting 78%. He hit 2 threes. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line. I mean, what more? Bogdanovich, 20 points. He shot 36% from the field, but he hit 6 threes. So, I mean, if he's hitting 6 threes, what are you going to do? I mean, it doesn't even... Herter, Capella combined for 30. John Collins had 4 points. If I told you John Collins had 4 points and Trae Young was out and they were playing the Bucks, I would tell you there's no way the Hawks won. But the Hawks won. Cam Reddish came off the bench, 12 points. He had a plus-minus of 5. Gallinari off the bench with 10. I mean, Chris Dunn even played. He didn't score anything, but he played. He came out, got a steal and a block. Cam Reddish got a steal and 2 steals and a block. I don't know how the Bucks lost this even with Giannis getting injured. Chris Middleton only had 16. Chris Middleton has been the closer for the Bucks. I don't think Giannis is a closer. But this dude, Chris Middleton, is a closer. I mean, this dude hits shots in the fourth quarter like it's no man's business. Like, it reminds me of what KD was doing to the Bucks in their series. That's what Chris Middleton is doing. He's just coming down the court. Every time he puts the ball up, it looks like it's gonna go in, regardless of what happens. Like everything is falling for him. Chris Middleton, definitely. I'm pretty sure he got paid well. I don't know what his contract is right now, but he's the number one option now with Giannis out, and he's got to step up. I mean, he's got to start. He's got to drop 30 a night, and he can't have an off night if they want to stay in this series with Giannis out. I mean, he's got to come out and play. Drew Holiday's got to, he scored 19 tonight. He's got to do something. Because he has been very lackluster this playoff series. This playoffs in general. It looks like he's been picking up the 33 points in the first game where they lost. In the game they won, the second one, he had 22. Looks like he's actually, he's just got to do more though. Now that Giannis is out, he's got to do more than what he's been doing. 6 points in 41 minutes, but he had 12 assists. You can't have 6 points in 41 minutes. I mean, Bobby Portis 16 off the bench and he had 15 points. I mean, Drew Holiday is going to have to perform. He had 19 points last night, most points on the team in 38 minutes. He's just going to have to do better. For Atlanta, you know, they're going to, depending on if Trae Young comes back or not, they're just going to they need to strike now while Giannis is out. They need to strike now. Strike early, strike fast. If they want to even win this series. I believe they go home in Atlanta. They need to win in Atlanta. Oh, no. They go to Milwaukee. They actually need to win away because Milwaukee fans over there in Milwaukee are crazy. It gets loud. That's for sure. They need to take a game in Milwaukee. They need to take one there. I know they took one there the first game. They need to do it again. They need to win the next 2 games. They just need to win the next 2 games. They got to realize what they have for them, and they got to win if they want to go to the finals and do the complete upset of the East, being the lower seeded in every single round and winning. I don't know how often that's happened, but it's happening right now. Let's talk about the Clippers and Suns, the one I have on 2K right now. The Suns are up 3-2. They play again tonight. The Suns. I don't get what they're doing. They gave up 2 games to the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard. They've had 2 games where it's been less than 5 points without Kawhi Leonard. Who's letting Reggie Jackson go off? They gotta put someone on Reggie Jackson and be physical. Cause Reggie Jackson, he's playing like he's an all-star. He's dropping points. I mean, I don't even know. Reggie Jackson, he's shooting closing shots. He is one of the closers. He's acting like a closer who's coming out and hitting these shots. I mean, him and Paul George, playoff P has finally arrived in the building. He's no longer Pandemic P. If they keep getting playoff P performances, there's no way the Suns win this. Because I don't see, the Suns haven't had like a real closer. They don't have, after watching the end of these games, seeing in the fourth quarter, they go flat in the fourth quarter a bit. Because most of these games are close. They just don't have that guy. If Paul George didn't miss 2 free throws, they would probably be the ones who are down 3-2 right now, going to LA with their backs against the wall. But Paul George missed 2 free throws. Aiden got an easy lob dunk, which was excellent coaching. That was a great play to draw up. It's just they don't have, it just doesn't feel like they have that guy to come in and close it out for them. To secure it. They got to rely on the Clippers missing free throws to keep and them making them. I'm Devin Booker. He's just, I don't know. He's got to get out of this. When he's getting guarded by Pat Bev, his stats are not good. I mean, where is Devin Booker? 15 points in the loss 2 nights ago. And their win, where Paul George missed 2 free throws, I believe. Oh no, this wasn't this game. Where's he at? 25 points, that's solid. A 4-point win. This is a Clippers win. 15 points from Devin Booker. I mean, it's just, in the past 3 games, nothing over 20 points. I mean, past 4 games, nothing over 20 points. I don't believe, he had 40 in the first game. He had a triple-double with 40 in the first game. They need that Devin Booker to come back and play tonight to win. Because him putting up 20 points and having Reggie Jackson match his points total, even though Devin Booker is a superstar. He's a superstar now. You can't have Reggie Jackson matching you in points and then Paul George putting up more. He is the star player of this series for the Suns. And he's got to play like it. He can't keep having these flat performances against the Clippers. He can't let Pat Bev hoe him. He's got to come out and put this series away tonight if they want to win. And for the Clippers, Paul George, you already know, you got to step up for 2 more games. Put up you're going to have to play a lot, and you need it from your role players. You need role players to hit shots. You need your second in command right now, Reggie Jackson, to be able to run the floor and hit shots, get people open. I mean, Ty Lue may be the best coach in the league. I mean, this is a very good coaching battle between Monty Williams and Ty Lue. But the Clippers have all the momentum right now. They're going into their home court where I think they split it at home. Yeah, they split it at home. They just won in Phoenix, which Phoenix's crowd atmosphere is absolutely crazy. They are die-hard fans out there. Clippers need to realize they have all the momentum right now, and they need to come in and take another game and force a Game 7. Make the Suns prove that they have closers in the final minutes. That isn't relying on them hitting free throw shots and the Clippers missing free throws. That's how the Clippers win. They win tonight. Just put the pressure on the Suns. Devin Booker fouled out last game. I don't even know how he fouled out. I wasn't able to catch the entire game, but he fouled out. There was a missed out of bounds call, but the Clippers got to come out and enforce their will on the Suns at home tonight if they want to have a chance. I'll probably come back and make another talking video once both of the conference finals matchups are done, talking about it, and probably just giving a finals preview. But until then, check out these Clippers Suns games. They've been awesome. Nothing less what we expected from these two teams. Check out my other videos if you haven't. More NBA talk videos on the way because I do have a lot to talk about. Yeah, and that's about it. I'll catch y'all in the next one.